Happy Sunday, you all. I hope you're having a good weekend. Today's topic is the Epstein file. As you know, the story has been going around and how the supporters of the current administration is having a hard time with that one. So I remember when this story broke back when, and the Epstein file and the island and the accusation and what was going on there. And I remembered when he died in prison, and it was supposedly by suicide. So, recently the current administration, in my opinion, trying to squash a story, released, I think it was 10-hour video. And people sat there and watched it because they noticed that a minute and some seconds was missing. And they're wondering, why is that missing? So that indicates alteration of this video. And what are they trying to hide? When the story and he was arrested came out, there was supposed to be a client list with some very important people at the very top, top positions, role, wealthy people on this list that was supposedly going to this island and doing these deeds, unspeakable deeds. And then suddenly this man supposedly killed himself. But I could understand why somebody would want to get rid of him if my name is on there and I'm top up here and, you want to squash the story, you want this to go away. People do some very evil things to hide the skeleton in their closet. It's evil stuff happens every day. I was listening the other day. Epstein brother was on a podcast, audio. You couldn't see him. He doesn't appear for you to see him, probably to remain anonymous and people don't threaten his life. That's probably why he does the interviews like that. And he appears to be disputing that his brother did suicide because there was an upcoming hearing to what he was saying. And also, he's basing this on the autopsy report because when it first came out, it wasn't really indicating suicide. And that's why he's disputing that. And now they're saying there's no client list and all this time. Even they got like a certain person, I'm not mentioning names, saying that the client list was on their desk and suddenly there's no client list. So what is it? What are you hiding? And Epstein died when the first Trump administration was in office. He died in his administration. It wasn't in Biden. It wasn't in any other president. It was in Trump's administration. Okay, that's when he died. And I think I had heard, was it a month ago, the girl who had brought the accusation against Epstein was found in her home dead in Australia. I believe it was Australia. So, when you want something to go away, by any means, it can be squashed. And, they don't want to talk about it anymore. But if that's the case, should his girlfriend, I believe his girlfriend, I think her first name is pronounced, it's like French, like Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, I believe, in the United States. They went after her so hard after Epstein died. And she's in prison now for a lot of these deeds. So should she still be in jail if, the current administration want to squash this story? Did it really happen? Did it not? Or they just, a lot of important people were on that list and they don't want it to come out. So there you have it. Don't know. It's crazy what's going on. And the current administration have these supporters that are really behind him. He can do no wrong, but they're really having a hard time stomaching this one. But there's a lot of questions there. And then, they want to label this the conspiracy theory. They always go to that when they want to quiet down a story. But is it really conspiracy? Because even in conspiracy theory, if you look at them, they have hints of truth in there. They have facts in there. And a lot of people like to go to conspiracy to quiet a story. I notice that now. It's like a trend. But yeah, I don't know if we will ever get the truth, because it seems like a lot of cover up, a lot of not the truth. Even in the media, they're so afraid to speak the truth now because the current administration will come against them. They'll go to another story or put out distractions there just to quiet something, so the focus isn't on that anymore. But I notice a lot of the supporters of the current administration say they're believers. So if this is true, then you should know this verse in the Bible, Proverbs 12:22. Remember to read that Bible, because if y'all not, you can go astray, be led astray real easily. So Proverbs 12:22. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy. So if he's looking down now on us, will he be detesting lying lips? Can you imagine God looking down on us now and see the stuff that's playing out, and he's like, if we were created in his image, we have every emotion then that God has. If that's true, and if you believe that, that means he gets angry, he gets happy, he gets jealous, and he gets sad. Because if you are familiar with the Bible, when our Israelites was making the Exodus, and they complained a whole lot, I think that journey should have been only 11 days from what I remember. And they were in that desert for years. And God called them stiff-necked people because they complained a whole lot. And Moses had to step in a lot of time to intervene, because I think he just wanted to annihilate them. They got on his nerves so bad. Read your Bible, y'all. I don't think our Creator is very happy with us. And a lot of stuff that's happening around the world and in our states, sometimes I think God has just turned his back on us and said, and allow a lot of stuff that's not so great to happen, because we keep repeating the same mistakes. So, yeah, seek the truth, y'all, and never stop seeking the truth. You all enjoy the rest of your weekend and upcoming week as well, and stay safe out there.